Yo, Tart. I thought they were just like an indie news thing. But basically it's just a shout out because they're just linking to the Steam page. But let me check. It is a publisher. What they say, so in their descriptions, non-profit support for indie devs and media coverage for Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube. So I guess they're just retweeting out of niceness, or sharing it out of niceness, you know? I don't really know much about them. Anyone having artifacts on stream? Tart? And I'm doing good, how are you? And hello Bez. Sorry to hear that the stream looks weird to you. What kind of artifacts are you seeing, Bez? Just refresh, look nice. Okay, that's cool. Good. Vigray coming in with the raid. Are my alerts not working again? That's great. But thank you very much for the raid. Don't know who's just lurking or not. People are in my chat and not talking. Yeah, that's pretty standard. I get that as well. How you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. What were you streaming? Hey, Elfester. In case anybody is watching, this is what we're working on. Your stream is honestly much more entertaining, so figured people should be here instead. Well, don't worry, I get the same drop-off. I think people have it on in the background when they're working and stuff, so it's natural that they just go into lurk mode, you know? Usually people who jump in and say hi and stuff and then kind of go quiet, so. Hey, Bite Man. What was I gonna do? Right. I was told this isn't working, right? Fernand's in my stream before. Top Rise is making an amazing game. Ah, shucks. Hey, Quackman. So that's the brief background, and you can wishlist it on Steam if you're interested. That would be nice. Looks like I'm using them all. How many frames do we have? Six per thing. Right, so we're not using all of them. Even if you aren't interested, just wishlist it, I guess. I don't actually know. I don't know if wishlists in themselves drive anything. Molly Molly makes amazing pixel art. Well, I'm a fan of pixel art. This is a sweet remix, yes. I'll link you if you're interested. Oh, this is just the end. It's cause the video. There you go. If you're interested in the mix, for sure, drive stuff. All right, okay. I'm sure I've read things that say it doesn't. Although it's like a good barometer for like popularity, I guess. But then if you had if you bought 100,000 empty wish lists, would that actually do anything? I'm not sure. But like if you had 100,000 organic wish lists, then it's a sign that your game is doing very well. Wait, we should go here. 15 days till I'm free. Nice. Is that your next exam, basically? Cool. When did you find out about the previous one? Blackmail everyone to wishlist. Hell yeah. Whatever it takes, right? No idea, man. A bit worried about it. So yeah, you said you were late because you went to the wrong place and then had to take a taxi. How did it go otherwise? Wishlist or ban, right? I need screenshots to prove that you've wishlisted, otherwise you get banned from the chat. Pulling out some shader wizardry from my coursework to make up for the exam. That's a good idea. So these are pretty slow now. You can speed them up. I was asked questions that I did not expect to be asked about, to be honest. That sucks. I don't know if you saw my Twitter post, but I got a fun thing accepted for a TASBot run. Used a robot that can send button inputs accurately very quickly to hack an unmodified cartridge of Super Mario Bros. 2 to turn it into Discord on an unmodified NES console in real time. What? Like, the stuff you pull off just gets less believable, more outlandish with every time. Now that's some wizardry, if anything. All the quad stuff and projections, transform matrices were not an exam. I hate it when they do that. They don't ask you about the stuff you're sure is going to be there. We had that for... Did we have that? I think we had that for our accounting stuff. There's like consolidation of multiple companies into one set of accounts, and like everybody went nuts studying for that, and it didn't show up. I think I might be making that up. It's pretty dark. Ooh, a raid. Hey, Mully Molly. Mind if I post a clip link of it happening during ESA? It's a 1-minute clip. No, of course not. Go ahead. Can we read all those books? Are the original works, or you got some licenses? Oh, welcome to the Discord, Molly. If I scrape a pass, that's great, but yeah. Oh, yeah, I missed another message, that's right. I think I've got at least 35%. I went through it at the end and counted the marks from questions I know I've passed. If I scrape a pass, that's good. Yeah. Is it 50% you're targeting, or 35? Why you no work? Doing signed the distance functions in my coursework, so hopefully that impresses the lecturer. You're aiming for 40, alright. If you knew you had 40 guaranteed.
See where it diverges from your normal route.
Put the links in, yeah, I think so. I think this is it, right?
He's shaking his head.
No way.
Okay, well, did Discord take over? Well, we're about to find out. Give me a second here to run this script. And why, yes, it did. If you would like to be on stream right now, head over to discord.task.com.
What?
Accept our terms of service, which is basically our rules that say don't cuss on our stream. We'll be very angry at you. Perfect door lane. Let's see where.
You're nuts. You're nuts. That's amazing. I got it working for the first time successfully 40 minutes before it was shown off. TaskBot was already doing another run at that time, so cutting it very close. You can say that again. Woofed. And Tart, signed the distance functions. I don't even know what that is, so I'm impressed if that works. Hey, Protopoli. It's like ray marching. So I'm going for 35 through 41. So it has to be, so that one is one. Using it to make deferred decals and height maps. Now I know how my mum feels whenever I tell her about stuff I do. She's like, oh, you're just doing this magic stuff. I'm like, no, it's pretty basic stuff actually. I built that in 8 to 9 days. Discord tweeted something about wanting to see Discord running on weird devices and that they'll send a hoodie to the most unique one. That was on the 17th, the run was shown off on the 26th, and you're expecting your hoodie when? Unless someone comes up with like a microwave or something. Haven't even acknowledged it. What? Hey, Krub. I'm doing good. How are you? I want that hoodie. I live in Minnesota and it's going to get chilly by the middle of September and I could use a hoodie. Plus you deserve it because that is probably by far the most weird device they could come up with. Lots of photoshopped entries like an ATM. That's pretty funny though. Okay, they're already implemented like that. That's cool. So all we need is to actually just identify them. So that would be 40. I'm thinking, so this looks too nondescript, although it's got that bookmark thing. Otherwise, it would be this one. Well, I gotta head out for a moment to watch Tazbot. Quick, I'll be back. Alright. Thank you again for the raid. Boots, ring, amulet. Hello, how are you today? I'm good, how are you? This is, well, it's a couple of things. Mainly it's default, right now we're in VS Code. Journal, what? Good, I'm glad to hear it. So we should now spawn with all these books. Yeah, that looks alright. I mean, it's the Duke's Journal. Don't think it scales to it. Oops. It wants to live on the left side apparently. Ah, can't I switch it? That's not great. I thought if I do that... Alright, okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's really working for me. I really enjoy working with default. I think it's cool. Oh, and thank you for the follow as well, Molly. My alerts aren't working at the moment, so... Do you need a professional animator? Not at the moment, thank you. Okay, so that's all done. Shut these things down. And then load up our map here. I've got mosquito bites. That's not usual for me. I'm not used to this. So we're on the world map. So that's nice. It's a big area. I guess we haven't made this known. So anti-room doesn't lead anywhere. I got dedicated servers working on my game using Steam networking. That's cool. Congratulations, that's probably no mean feat. Right, so that doesn't lead anywhere, although I guess I don't really... It does try to lead somewhere, but that probably just bugs out. Do we have a new enemy today or just map work? It's just map work, Bez. We don't have any more enemies planned at the moment. There probably will be some more, but Nothing planned. Because we've got quite a lot of enemies. Map reminds me of XCOM. Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times. Different maps tend to trigger people into thinking of XCOM. No more enemies. Well, we might, you know, as I said, we might add more, but just friendos. No, definitely no friends. What, are you kidding me? What makes you think you deserve friends? Yeah, okay. Right, so that's fine. Can we just trigger the command anytime Bez says anything? I don't know. Yep. Thanks, Tart. I was just gonna do that myself. Right, so we should probably put some dudes in there. So we want this text, we want this. You already have a Tart command. I think I had another one. Tassel? Hydrate Tart. Duke Journal. King. Here's something that would reproduce a random quote from Maury Tartweed that says how he hates everything or that he feels bad. Yeah, right, it's you that says you hate everything, Bez. Actually. Is it me? Is it? Yes, it is. I hate Belgians, I hate Scottish, I hate Americans, I hate Spanish, I hate Italians, I hate Greek people, I hate Portuguese people. Welcome back, Gregory. Anyway, let's not focus on what we hate, let's focus on what we love. That's gonna have some fights. You love me though because I'm cool. I would be scared of hating you, Vigray, because you'd like, I don't know, you'd make my phone run the nuclear launch codes and have them set coordinates onto my face. Just I don't even know. Turn you into Discord. Yeah, that's even worse, I think. I hate everyone equal. That's nice. That's nice of you. So I'm always very reluctant to say something bad about someone. That is true. If you hated Vigray, he would make your toilet seat slap your bottom every time you went there. Well, that, I mean, that sounds like I'd pay for that. That's like automation that would make my life easier. I'd just be okay. That's even worse than the nuclear launch codes. You can't just hit me like that. I think they have those in Japan. Japanese toilets are great. That's a ride, man. Automated bottom slapping with the toilet seat is so much better than having to manually slap your bottom with the toilet seat every time. Exactly. That's not true at all. It's because I don't like shitting on people. Right, well, that's TMI, Tart. What you like in the bedroom is not something to discuss on stream, I think. So we need the enemy locations. One sec, I have a clip for this. Oh no. Did we not do this? Hey, A-Night, how you doing? You've been unseated. I was going to say that I sometimes like having pizza while I'm in my bedroom, and then I remember that I currently have pizza waiting for me. Yeah! I think I saw this one recently. Instead of sometimes you're right, okay, yeah. I remember. No, we need teleporter. We got large scale teleporter, scale mage, and we need Skelly boy. Where are you? I'm sure. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm with you, Tart. Well, it has to be, but it's never intended to hurt you. I think... intent and effect is reasonable to care about. That's that, and then we need whatever is kicking about here. So basically a bunch of knights and stuff, right? We're not gonna have a Yeti in there, that's just weird. We might have a Stomper. Clock for sure. All the wizards. Not the camouflage archer. It was just a prank. Exactly, exactly. arguably their intent is a bit shitty to begin with, but that is exactly the point. It was a Christmas joke. Oh man, jazz. I don't care about intent, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm so tired. Well, it's almost bedtime for you, eh, mate? Well, it's like, what is it? It's like 8 AM or something for you. It's definitely bedtime. Oh, you just woke up. That's weird. I just don't understand, Bez. So if you think, what if you think that Tart does get upset by what you say, and then you know that, so you keep doing it, but you don't intend for him to be upset, and yet you know he does become upset, then don't you intend to do it? I'm just saying. I don't think Warrior Tart is upset, but I'm just, I'm trying to understand what you mean. Intent is only viable to a certain degree, like it really depends on what you say. I don't want to. Oh, Relcad, thank you very much for the follow. I need to pay attention because my alerts aren't working. I do think intent is really important, but you can't just hide behind it. But if you just woke up at night, that's really early for you. What if I said, hope someone gets cancer and dies, but I was saying it as a deadpan joke? At a certain point, the intent doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, if you say it in a way that it's like, I guess, likely to get misconstrued or something. It's easy to say, oh, it was just a joke, but if I know he gets upset and doesn't state it, then I don't have any info about him being upset. If I know he gets upset then, and I do the same, then my intent is to make him upset. Right. What about when you give me a hard time? To be fair, you do it less now, I think. It used to be way more, and then I cried about it, so you toned it down. So I guess that's true. I'm always awake before 9:15 AM. That's when my work meeting is. But so you stay up till like crazy o'clock, and then get up super early. You're a machine, ain't it? I have a hard time in the morning. No wonder you seem like a night owl. Since you cried, exactly. But you still do it, so it sounds like I have justification to be mad at you. Anytime someone gets offended, just say, it's a prank, bro, it's just a prank. Then point to a random direction and say, look, here's the camera. There's no camera. On a totally related note, what a good song this is, huh? I hate those prank videos. Yeah, it's pretty nuts, some of that. It's so hard. Well, you're probably not doing yourself any favors by staying up so late. I suppose if you're a super night owl, then it's hard not to, but still. That's what I'm gonna do if my bank robbery next week goes wrong. It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. this needs a cheeky reward. So many rewards needed. When I get audited for tax evasion, I'm just gonna whip out my phone in court and tell the judge it's just a prank. Yep. Oh, I hear shenanigans. Gotta check it. Hey, Lewd Melon. Shenanigans first. There's a bunch of hippies. Hippies everywhere. That is the most butt I've seen in the parking lot for a long time. Did he just yeet his mouse? I did not yeet anything. But yeah, I think I've just never really been a fan of that kind of banter. A lot of my friends in high school did it to the point where they would get so toxic and pick apart people's insecurities and hide behind the facade of it being a joke. And I don't know, I felt like I was way more toxic when I engaged in it. I agree with you, Tart. I agree with you. 100%. Psychological abuse in high school? No, man, it's just a prank. Too true. It's kind of a nothing map other than the whatever reward we put in there. So this, right? My ex-girlfriend used to be terrible for it. Like I feel like she'd just constantly say the most horrible things to her friends. Did she do it to you too? Oh, my leg's trapped. Okay, we're good. We're good. So you would come from here and then either walk through here or go, well, no, you kind of have to. So we could put a reward there as well. Wait, those are mages. I don't want mages. And this presumably will be the last one that we should have enemies in. Kind of mixed itself, I think. Yeah, kinda, it was bad. Yeah, I can see that. There's nothing fun about that. Is that too much? Maybe. Who knows? Yo, what game should I play? Are you streaming or what are you thinking? Maybe there should just be two there. It's 2 games. Such a crazy chinless. Still haven't touched the Blood and Wine DLC, so I could. Tried to bust out the PS1 and play Silent Hill, but my upscaler was busted. Well, that's not nice. Sorry, Blood and Wine is the big one. Ah. That is shocking, Peter. That's what I feel about that. Upscaler doesn't work, so I can't play it. Oh, is that for Majora's Mask as well? The beard is good, thanks. Everyone should play Bloodstained. I'm 30 hours in, but the base game is 20 hours. What's Bloodstained? He looks like he's about to bust into the UFC with that beard. And bust out in 10 seconds, but I'd still have been there, right? That hurts my feelings. Anyway, you know what? You know what? I said I was going to do this stuff, so bye. Get fucked. How long are you streaming today, man? I don't know. I've got the gym to go to, but depends on when Kat's out of work. So I can ask her actually. That's a good idea. For sure, at least another 45 minutes. Shouldn't have done that. Maybe he was a great fashionista. Maybe. I'll live with it if he is. Pizza, pizza, pizza. What kind you having? I'm waiting for the Switch fix patches to finally come out. Did I open this? Pepperoni, nice, classic. With a lot of sriracha on it. I quite like sriracha. Not a lot, as in like I wouldn't have a lot, but I do like the sauce. So that's that. I bought some sourdough bread, but I kind of feel like it's not really sourdough. First world problems, huh? Still a problem nonetheless, that is true. So Kat's not coming till like 5 PM or something, so we've got stream time. Input lag, room transition lag that can last 10 to 40 seconds, and game freezing later on in the game. That does sound pretty significant. I have a question, please. Where can I learn like basic default? They've got really good stuff over on the website. So I would say for questions there. For, let's see, what else do we have? I'm sure there was like a YouTube series as well on default for beginners or something like that. That should get you started. Do we have the Purple Knight anywhere in here? Or is he too new? We do have that furniture there. If we don't, then where does he fit? That's the question. So otherwise we're not going to end up using it at all. I mean, probably in either of the castles, right? I want to pick up Doom 1, 2, and 3, but I'm waiting for the update that removes the Bethesda net account requirement for play. I really don't like that they were fluffing out their marketing email list as a requirement. Yeah, I heard a little bit about that controversy. Can't imagine playing an FPS on a console anymore. It's weird for sure. Two? Doom 2016 is like $8 right now, worth it. I actually platinumed it on PS4. Is that the VR one? Or is that something else? Wait, what? There is a VR version of Doom 2016. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the one I played a little bit of. They keep tweeting saying the issues are accidental, but it seems like they're just trying to cover their butt from the hate they got. They also removed 1, 2, and 3 from the PS3 and Xbox 360 stores, and people complained. Then they claimed it was a technical issue. Hard to believe when it was taken down by them on both stores, so you could only play the ones that required the Bethesda net account. The plot thickens. That said, at least they're fixing the problems after people complained. Does that work? Iffy. I do think it works here. That's not going to be there as is that. Right, so we need night. Maybe the pre-tentacles? I don't know. Just need to sort them into what kind of type they are. Did we go somewhere that didn't work? Oh, that was all the... yeah, okay, fine. I haven't loaded it since then. That's fine. So... currently, we desire the courtyard, which is just going to be straight up... well, Let's check it out. Basically, that one's going to be very wizardy, otherwise... Yeah, maybe this tower here. Courtyard for sure is pretty straightforward. I'm thinking of keeping the entrance completely enemy free, just to kind of freak you out a little bit. I mean, it's not gonna freak you out that there's no enemies, but it's gonna highlight the size of the castle, and that's all you need to focus on. I think that's a good idea. At a save point before that'll scare players. Oh yeah, I am very much familiar with that technique for sure. Nothing like a save point and then an enemy free room. Yeah, you're like, alright, I'm screwed. It's boss time. Sure. Sears Brush is serious. He's just thinking, that's it. He's not actually serious. And hello to you, Slater. It's afternoon for me. It's morning for you. Good day, in general. Castle, tower, one up for sure. Not to you. Hello, The Light. Quick question, how thorough was your planning / design phase for the game you're working on before you actually started on implementation? Not particularly thorough, I will admit. We did do some planning and designing, despite Slater's thorough mockery of me. But yeah, we didn't. It has morphed from what we expected, but there are some ideas that we had when we just started that are still there. But how much did we formalize them? That's another thing. I don't have a straight up kind of design document or anything like that, which I'm kind of thinking for the future I should do. although this was not poorly planned. It was poorly planned in terms of estimating time required. That was like ridiculously poorly done. So for the next project, for sure, what I would do is sit down and come up with some wild guesses for the time required for each step of the project. That's what I missed out. The bigger the chunks they analyze, the worse you're going to be at estimating the time taken. So that's something I'm definitely going to change in the future. Hope that answers partly your question at least. When is the release date? Not calling for once. We don't have a date, but currently aiming for something like April next year. I understand. I'm trying to start a project on my own because I think I have the skills to start, but researching the planning part was kind of tough. A lot of the answers were along the line of what you said. Yeah. 23. It is probably something that gets neglected a lot. Tuesday's a good date? Sure. Push it to live. Doesn't matter which, as long as it's a Tuesday. But yeah, like the planning and stuff probably does get neglected a lot, and it probably does hurt projects. I would say that having a spreadsheet with line by line listed items and an estimated time taken for each of them has been possibly the single most effective organizational tool I've implemented so far. Otherwise, 2030 would have been a realistic date because I could have just worked on it forever. When I sat down and said, right, what is left to do? Write it all out, slap a time on it. I did that, and then I was like, all right, okay. So currently, even though I think the game is almost done, we're looking at a release date over a year from now. Gulp. So yeah. Everyone knows you release on Fridays, preferably mid to late afternoon. Yeah, it's probably the worst, I guess. You stop talking about spreadsheets again. Hey, it's my passion. No worries, Delight. Right, so we need a thing here. This is very visually pleasing. Thank you by proxy. That's who made it, and he's a very talented artist. Alright, yeah, okay. That can be a... Yeah, I like this. We should create a cult revolving around spreadsheets. We can even print out spreadsheets and turn them into paper hats because every cult needs a cool hat. I'm on board. That's for sure. So this one needs a reward as well. To note down that Castle Tower 1 Mint. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it is. You do not rank in the cult by the number of spreadsheet tabs visible on the printed hats. Not by length of time your VLOOKUPs are processed. this guy is definitely gonna have a clock in his bedroom. I was going to at some point create a hacker badge for a hacker cult. There'll be a hat. We would claim that we could talk directly with the hacker god, and the hat would have a phone jack so we can directly talk to that god over a 300 baud dial-up connection. You should create a converter cable so you can plug in an aux cable into your hat as well. Drop them sick beats. We could add a serial port, then we can talk to all sorts of devices. Now you're talking. Your music playlist sounding very similar to mine. Well, Donkey Kong is just great, so it's not a surprise. Even the order's pretty darn similar. No Buck Bumble theme songs so far though. Well, this particular track is just a compilation of stuff. I believe it's called Donkey Kong and Chill. And it's hard joystick ports so we can play retro games on our hats. Well, if it wasn't sold already. Wait, no, you don't belong here. Seashore War is such a great David Wise song. Almost all David Wise songs are great David Wise songs. I feel like you need like more of a clarification. Donkey Kong has some crazy music compression stuff, huh? I didn't know that. Can't wait to learn this. Thank you for the inspiration. No worries, Marmaro. Good luck. I was sad that they changed the music for the GBA port of DKC3. I like David Wise music, but they also replaced Treetop Tumble and Waterworld, which I really enjoyed from the DKC3 soundtrack. That is a shame. They mostly just reused older stuff from David Wise, which will not be terrible, for sure. Kind of wish those windows had a little, like a light beam of light coming in, if that makes sense. Please implement, thanks. If you do, I will change this review from do not recommend to recommend. I guess, well, seriously, probably. Would that have any negative repercussions? I don't think so. You'd have to worry about Z-index stuff, I guess. Yeah, but would you ever be... Yes, if you're... Well, actually, well, I'd place it on the dynamic layer. Should every window have light on the floor, or are there two suns? Now you're asking the real questions. Why is the tower? Yeah, there you go. After Jumpy Boy, Top Raj is an expert on Z stuff. Yes, and my professional advice as an expert is avoid it. Don't mess with it, you idiot. Bottom right? What, are you gonna remember that? Like, you walk like this. You don't, it's not like you see it all at the same time. Although that maybe looks funny. I like that old joke about someone looking up where are their two sons, trying to find out where they filmed the Star Wars scenes. I had a friend whose girlfriend at the time, she was like, how did they she's talking about space movies. She's like, how did they film, like, how did they film the movie? Like, did they have like a zero gravity room? And obviously the guy laughed his ass off at her. And then we spoke to another friend of ours who said the story to this person, and she asked, well, how did they do it? Because obviously a zero gravity room doesn't exist. So we're just like, yeah, they did it in a low gravity room. And she's like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. They do have zero gravity in some films. Well, they don't have rooms with zero gravity. That's true. Also, that was a very poorly told story, but it's pretty hard to convey, I guess. The moon landing was filmed in zero gravity. Just give the gravity in the room a stern talking to and let it know that it's not welcome, then it will leave. Hell yeah. I got wicked moonburn the other day. No, it wasn't. There's gravity on the moon. Haha, drat. I've been foiled. You're correct. This guy is a thinker. Hell yeah, this chat. Hey, Darpan. Raj has his head in too many spreadsheets, or not enough. My stream is filmed in a free-falling airplane, actually. And a flat disc accelerating upwards. Well, we're resting on a turtle, right? That's my understanding. How many turtles? Just one, and on top of it is 4 elephants. I believe you are thinking of there being turtles all the way down. That's a common misconception. Turtle male or female? I think that's the biggest scientific question, isn't it? Yeah, I just started reading, what's it, Color of Magic or something? What's it called? Color something. The Color of Magic, yeah. I've never read any Terry Pratchett books, but they've been recommended, so I am beginning. You can see the TV movies, they're great. Are they actually? That sounds suspicious. Tried watching The Hogfather but got bored. It's a funny name. Someone's doing a short film. Troll Bridge is the name. I assume you think it's good stuff, Bez. I've heard good things. You guys ever watched Troll Hunter? No, I don't think I've seen that. So we're gonna go nuts with wizard stuff here, I think. I was bored, so I watched Troll Hunter. It's great if you like kaiju films, but don't like Asian films, I guess. It's better than acceptable. What are kaiju films? Kaiju. Oh, giant monsters like Godzilla and stuff. Usually attacking major cities and engaging the military and other monsters in battle. I love that. That's a genre. It's a subgenre of tokusatsu entertainment. Tokusatsu. It's a Japanese genre of live fiction film or television drama that uses many special effects. I see. It just means special filming. Best kaiju film, but not Asian, is that Godzilla movie from the 90s. Not familiar with it. Take it was bad, just by the reaction you guys were having to it. It's so good that the guy who invented the original Godzilla got the American Godzilla killed. So that's all of those done, all those 4, and then that one. So we've got 5 more. Market can be pretty chill, probably, depending. So that leads us to either the mausoleum or up to the chambers. Okay. I'm gonna grab a quick break. I'll be right back. One sec, just texting my wife. She wants cake. I got cake, but I don't know if it's good enough. Right, she needs to know. We need to know about the cake, and it needs to happen now. This is proper streaming content. It's live. You don't know what's gonna happen. Alright. Cat, what happens if my stream crashed? Cat wants something. Oh god, poor brother. Yeah, so one of our friends, his birthday is today, and we're meeting tomorrow for D&D. So she was like, I want cake. And I was like, I just bought cake. Welcome back, Tart. Kind of a personal question, feel free to ignore if needed. Is your wife interested in the game's development at all? She hates Top Rash's life choices. She is very supportive of life choices. This wouldn't happen if it wasn't for her. It was her idea, so... Catastrio with the raid. Well, yeah, that one. She is interested in the game dev, not as much as I am, obviously, but a little bit. Welcome, everybody. Hyuna the Hyena, Catastro, of course, Kirich, and Mild Riot. Don't think I know you, Catastro. What were you doing? What did you stream? Were you streaming game dev? Let me show what we're working on. I'm currently working on enemy placement in the maps for the castle in this game, which is called Fates of Ort. I can't go through there because that would crash everything, but I'm just showing off the little areas. Him game dev, okay. Sore spot. I'm new to all this. Yeah, I was doing some Unity tutorials, first time doing all this. Awesome. That's cool. those artifacts are pretty bad, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so this is the game. Show you some combat in here. It's called Fates of Ort. Sorry about the sirens. I live next to a pretty busy street, and there's always a lot going on with honking and sirens and stuff like that. But yeah, this is called Fates of Ort. It's a retro fantasy RPG. It is a hybrid of real-time and turn-based action, so you can see that this guy's bouncing around. As soon as I stop, he stops moving as well. As soon as I move, everything else moves as well. So you can kind of freeze time whenever you want to plan your actions. Coppers, right? They're coming for me. You have a bunch of different spells at your disposal, and they behave differently depending on which element you combine them with. Catastro, thank you very much for the follow. I'm going to miss notifications because my alerts aren't working at the moment, so apologies for that in advance. Who is? I assume it's. Yeah. So let me show you how the spells change. So this is when I use this spell using the mind element. It is a lightning strike that looks like that. If I then switch to the shadow element, it becomes a meteor shower. So this guy's going to come back to life actually. So I can just give him a little present for when he wakes up. Nice. And then finally, if I switch to the life element, it is a set of ice spikes. So I'll show that off as well. Get that one. So that one needs nerfed because it's a bit overpowered at the moment, but yeah. And the final thing that's interesting is that all the spells require HP to cast, so you need to be really strategic about how you use them and when. So you can't just spam firebolts forever. It's not really a good idea. And that's about it in terms of a whistle-stop introduction. If you have any questions about the game or how I develop it, then feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer. Otherwise, just enjoy if you can. Let's go back to where we were. Alright, so it's going to place enemies here. Can you please restart the gameplay and just walk without attacking anyone just for a bit? How come? I'm really just loving the look and feel of it. How long you've been working on it? We're coming up on 2 years soon, which is crazy. That has gone quickly and taken forever at the same time. I don't really know how that's possible, but that's what it feels like. Oh, you want to see if I can just dodge things by walking? You can probably dodge quite well. Some of them are pretty quick, I suppose, but you should be able to dodge most things. Bear in mind that I'm pretty good at it, but... Okay, I got hit there. Ooh. Apologies. Okay, I got hit there as well. But other than that, I've made it through pretty well. Although these blue guys are not fun. That's quite a hard segment though. There's a lot of enemies. It's not easy. Enjoy. Why are they attacking me? That's not right. Yeah. The pixel art is awesome, and I have no idea how people do sorting with isometric graphics like this. Do you mean like depth work? It's actually pretty simple. The pixel art I can't take any credit for. That's my project partner. He's a really talented artist. In terms of the sorting, it's not perfect. It does get a bit wonky if I try to do weird things with it, but basically everything on this layer, not this layer, on this layer, this is always rendered at the bottom. That's basically just the ground. Everything on this layer is always rendered up top. That's wrong, I think, unless it's stacked on something. It's not, so they're just straight up on the wrong layer. We're actually improving things here. Wait. Oh, they're in layer 3, jeez. Alright, so get rid of them there, place them there. Anyway, the only weird layer is this one, which is everything on kind of ground level above ground. So the assumption in the game is that things aren't really taller than one block like this. It stops working if things are really tall. So everything on this view is given a Z value that's conditional on its Y position. So something here, basically the lower it is, the higher the Z position, and up here it's a minimal amount. So that's static, but then the characters that move, they change their Z position depending on their Y position. So if you were to stand here, you'd be behind this wall, above that one, and if you move to here, your Z position would be increased so that you're above this. Other than that, I'm not doing anything fancy like multiple floors or anything like that. It's all super simple. Even then, it's tricky to work with. So I guess I see your point. Bunch of magic and trickery. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, let's see here. Really love this song, along with a lot of stuff from, what's it called? Warriors of the Eternal Sun. Game doesn't seem too good, but the soundtrack is good. So we've got the market chambers. The armory. The armory definitely is going to have some kind of secret payoff chambers, maybe. Market, not really, that's fine. We've got the war room and the inner courtyard. Nope, that's not good. Everything was saved, we're fine. Just whatever I had open. War room and then inner courtyard as well. That's kind of nice. We could, if there was a checkpoint, this would be a perfect place for it, at least visually, but I'm not sure it's placed well. It's just before here. Well, maybe, but no. See, because it's too late, it's not really, doesn't really serve a purpose. We could make these two more difficult. I think 3 or 4 were really difficult. This one, no, not particularly. But 4 was tricky. So maybe we should place a cheeky little checkpoint there. And Denmark, yeah. Armory, market, war room, inner courtyard, chambers. Courtyard. Okay. I was going to sneeze and it didn't happen, which is pretty much the worst thing that can happen to anyone. Guess who's going to Algarve next Saturday? Are you actually? That's funny. Enjoy. Hey, Hellfester. Yep, I'll be there a week and 3 days. My girlfriend has a house in an island near is it Olyao? I think. It's always funny to hear non-Portuguese trying to spell the LH sound. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. It's not that bad, thanks. This one doesn't really need it, I don't think. So I think we're good. Okay. War room? So we go to the market first, which leads to chambers. Then armory, then war room. The war room is very important actually. And it's how we get to there. Like from either of these. Okay. Some wizards there. Armory is basically totally optional. Maybe a metal knight there. Those need to go. Okay, they're not in the collision line? Interesting.
needs to go as well. This boy is making toasted sandwiches. Nice. I'll have one too if you're just giving them out. So we put chambers on. Put armory on. Chambers, I guess doesn't need it. Market. So that goes up to chambers. That's very strange. Looks fantastic. How deep are you into development? Hey, Dave Ravemate. We are almost 2 years in now. 2 months until 2 years. We have about 9 months left to go, so I think I worked out the other day we're about 70% done, assuming that is even remotely correct. But thank you, appreciate it. We're at the no use stage of development. That's perpetual. That's always the stage. It's the 27th of July. It just went by like crazy. So that was marked complete. Being back on the high protein diet is poopy, you mean literally? No, not literally. Oh, that's a shame. So mark that complete, did that. Alright, it is time for me to wrap it up for today. If you haven't already, then drop me a follow. That would be really appreciated. Also, here are all the social media pages for Fates of War. Follow, like, share, snap, and chat, and gram, and all the things you're supposed to do. And of course, on Steam, please wishlist it if you're interested. That would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. I'm not going to stream tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow is D&D day, so I'm going to spend the day preparing and whatever that entails. So I will be back on Wednesday next. So if you're around, I'd love to see you then. For now, we're going to go raid Whitlock, see what he's up to. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Vigray and Catastrio for the raids. Really appreciate that. So have an excellent day and hopefully see you soon.